All right, so this time we're going to be reviewing one of my favorite YouTube videos for foreign guys dating Japanese girls. It's right here, and as you can see, it's basically a comedy sketch type video that shows some of the things that you don't really know about dating a Japanese woman unless you've actually done it. And I can attest to almost everything on here is 100% true. Of course, as always, I'm going to give you my feedback, and hopefully by the end of this video, it'll give you a better idea about what really goes on inside your Japanese girlfriend's brain, and it'll help you in your future relationships or your present ones. Also, stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to give you a really important tip to help you understand how much your girlfriend really likes you or if she's starting to fall in love with you. Of course, I'm going to leave a link to the original video below, so go ahead and check it out, give the original creator some love, and let's get into it. All right, so let me set up the situation for you. It's basically a skit type thing where a foreign guy meets a Japanese girl, and it's a lot of different situations related to their relationship. I've either been in or heard about basically all of these situations from me and my friends just dating and moving around the Tokyo area. So I can attest to what they're saying is true, and I think it's really good information that's going to be helpful for you. Of course, these are generalizations as is mentioned in the video, so don't come for me in the comments. This is just something that is pretty common, I think, in the average Japanese girl relationship. So your partner might not fit into this mold. It's not a stereotype. It's just some data to help you kind of process what's going on when you meet that fine little Japanese girl.
Where's the bathroom? Oh, where's the hospital?
Oh, what? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah.
Oh,
Don't worry.
okay. What are you doing?
I'm practicing English.
What are you trying to say? Where's the hospital?
Yeah.
Well, hey, listen, I gotta go. Do you want to maybe grab a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You would like to do Gokon?
Yeah? Yeah. That sounds fun.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Yeah, tomorrow?
Sure.
Yeah, awesome.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye. So your friend is coming, right?
Friends? Yes. They're just running late.
Okay. 来る。もうちょっと時間遅くなるけど。かっこいいかな。だといいね。イケメンだといいよね。せっかく準備してきたし。いや、めっちゃ可愛いよ、今日。いい感じ。
いい感じよ、おかちゃんも。
やばい。
So do you do everything with your friends?
Yeah, pretty much.
So this really talks about a Gokon, and actually I was in this situation. I wasn't the person who was face to face with 3 Japanese girls, but one time my friend, one of my close friends, Jeff, he called me up, was like, yo, come on through. It's a few other girls and me and another friend. Luckily we're in the area hanging out, so we actually came to the rescue in this situation. But I do think that this is a situation that you're gonna see involved, where if you're dating a girl or you just start meeting a girl, or maybe even like, the first time online, I don't know, you might arrange a first date and then a random friend comes along that was not mentioned at all, and you might be like, oh, this is my friend. Like I've been on dates where it's like, by the way, this is my friend. No notice beforehand, nothing at all. I think maybe it's just the girl might get cold feet and then just be like, I don't think I can do this, start freaking out, and then just call her friend who can speak English or something like that. It does happen from time to time. I wouldn't take it too serious. I just roll with it if I were you, because it might also be a sign that the girl likes you. It's not so much like she thinks you're a creepazoid and she's worried about like her safety, because if she's worried about her safety, she wouldn't go on a date with you. So it might more be like she really wants to get to know you better. It's a good sign. She probably likes you, but she doesn't want to, maybe she doesn't have confidence in her language skill, or she just doesn't want the pressure of the situation from the beginning. So she needs that like support animal friend, to be there. A Gokon situation is a bit different though. This part of the sketch really talks about, going on Gokons. I don't know if I've never had a person I met be like, hey, let's do a Gokon. But do be aware of the word. And it does mean that you need to have equal number of men and women available. That's a whole nother level to the game. I've never organized a Gokon personally, but I don't think it's something you have to really worry about off the top. But do know that there might be a surprise friend on your first date with somebody.
ヤッホー。見て、今日ねデートなんだけど、どう思う？
デートなの？どんなの？
こんな感じ。
いいね、かわいい。
ありがとう。
Hey, listen, it's such a nice day. Why don't we go out for a hike? I got the dessert to go. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah? Yeah, come on, we'll have an adventure. We'll be spontaneous. Come.
Yeah, one thing to understand is, generally speaking, Japanese girls don't really do wishy-washy too well, or just rolling with the flow or spontaneity. It's a very planned process going on a date. As you can see, like her talking to her friend, like all that goes into effect. I can 100% tell you. It might just be you, like, oh, I met this cool girl, we're just gonna hang out, and what she's telling you is like, yeah, sure, let's just hang out. But in the back of her mind, like, or behind the scenes, she's checking her outfit, she's talking to her friends, she's saying you might be the one if she really likes you, all those things. I hope I make a good impression, like, oh, what am I gonna do, like, all that stuff is happening behind the scenes that you have no idea about. So any sudden change of plans, not really knowing what's going on, let's just hang out and see what happens. No, generally, I know it sounds like a lot of work, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. It's better if you have a plan A or a plan B, or at least go over it, make solid plans with her. I remember one time, like, I was dating, and I was just like, with my date, I was like, I'm going to the aquarium. And I was like, yeah, let's go to the aquarium. And my date showed up with like super dumb high heels. And we were just going to be walking around all day, but she wanted to look nice for me, and so she's like, by the end of it, she's just like, I could tell her feet were hurting so bad. And I was just like, why did you wear high heels to the aquarium? But in hindsight, that's just kind of 20-something-year-old a girl wanting to be cute for me. So I even might mention, like, if you're gonna do something with a lot of walking around, make sure you wear comfortable shoes. And even if you say that, she might not even do it anyway. She might not even do it anyway. Some Japanese girls, detaching them from their stylish, uncomfortable shoes is just not gonna happen. So have some flexibility for that. And if you see her struggling, don't really hold it against her, would be my advice, and just take it how it is.
So are you having a good time?
Yeah! この靴めっちゃ履きづらい。ハイキング行くって言ってくれたらよかったのに。
What do you want to do now?
Oh, I wanna do whatever you want to do.
Oof. Okay.
あなたが決めてよ。
Yeah, and as you can see, like, that's what's going on in her head. Like, basically, if any part of the date, if there's not like a smooth transition from event to event, and you're stopping and thinking and talking, like, what should we do or something like that, that's not really gonna be a good, successful date. She might be willing, she might like you and be willing to deal with it, but that's not what she wants. She wants you to kind of take charge, but not in like a forceful, kind of domineering way, like, yo, come here, girl, we going here, Starbucks, girl. It's not really, you don't have to be like that, but just think like ahead. For example, like, the easy way to do it is about a third or way through the first, if you don't have a solid plan, a third of the way through the first activity, you can start kind of talking about what you're going to do after, leading the conversation after, not like what you want to do, giving like a limited number of choices. Oh, after this, well, what about we do this? Or we can also do that. Like, what do you think? What are you in the mood for? But lead with some choices for her, so that you're kind of guiding her along and giving her the option to kind of choose what she wants in a limited range, not just like, hey girl, what you want to do? You know, that doesn't really, you know, she's gonna be like, I don't know, I just want to be with you. So that, and you can kind of see like in her mind internally, she might not be saying nothing, she might just be sitting there smiling, but in her mind, like that's kind of what's going on inside her head if you don't have a smooth transition or progress into the next event.
I had such a good time.
Yeah, I had a great time too. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bye.
This is exactly what happened my first couple of dates in Japan too. Like I really was pissed off. I was like, yo, I can't even get a kiss. I can't even get a hug. I can't get nothing. What's going on? And it's just a cultural thing. The first couple of dates, especially in public, I was in public too, especially in public, especially the first date or two, you're going to be like, you know, with your cousin, basically, just, it's going to be like strictly platonic. If it's like a standard kind of, you know, average Japanese girl, it's just like, I accept it. Generally speaking, the third date is kind of, this is like generally a 3-date rule. If you haven't heard it, third date is where stuff starts to go down. There's other information related to that. Again, not love doctor information, just general knowledge that people who have been dating in Japan for a while understand, and you won't understand if you just get off the boat. I didn't do it. I didn't understand it. You probably won't understand it, which is why I'm trying to explain it to you now.
My full name is Luis Ignacio Plana Martinez, carrera rotundo, hasta scientifique la cavallerie. It took me 6 months, but I finally got the job.
Oh.
I ate so much steak last night, I couldn't sleep. Well, I'm on a roll. Can I try a joke?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 2025, and daughter asks her mommy, Mommy, who's my daddy? And then she says, honey, I don't know, he was wearing a mask.
なんかコロナでマスクしてたからキスできないよねっていう。
Yeah, I'd say these are kind of reactions you would get, overreactions you would get with kind of boring chicks, in my opinion. Boring chicks. I'm so bad. But yeah, it's true. Like, but you will get kind of overreactions or things like that to some of the stuff you say. And it's 100% correct. Basically my rule of thumb with Japanese people is don't get too high or don't get too low with anything that goes on in the conversation. If they're like amazed at everything you say, it is just being polite. You know, but also if, you know, you get scolded by an older Japanese person or someone gets upset with you or something, don't take that as the end all be all as well, because, you know, that's kind of open emotional outburst here in Japan but it's just more like blowing off steam in a lot of situations. So it don't really take it too serious. So you can have someone like, for example, older, we're getting out of relationship territory here, but you know, like an older Japanese friend or older person who you're totally cool with, and you know, they might, like I've had like, you know, older senpai or things like that, and I say or do something out of the way, maybe in front of their staff or something like that, and they strongly kind of like scold me a little bit. And for the first time, it's like, oh, I've been chilling with you for years, and that's the first time you ever used that tone with me. But I kind of I was out of line, and you know, it's like the big dog barking at you. You just gotta be like, all right, you know, that's what it is. So either way, don't take it too seriously to heart. And especially with a girl, especially in the first stages of dating, you know, she's just kind of entertaining you, not in a negative way, not in a fake way. It is kind of fake sometimes, but it's just like a natural reaction that Japanese people have in a lot of certain situations. I do it too. If you're in Japan long enough, you will too. This for me is not a red flag. I don't want to say red flag. Don't be like, oh, she did that. Akio said dumper. Like nothing like that. But for me personally, girls who like, you know, placate you in that kind of way, especially, are not my type, you know, but there's plenty of nice girls who do that on occasion. But for me, my style, again, I'm, you know me well enough to know I am probably, but it's just not my type.
Well, I think I want to tell you something. I'm starting to fall in love with you.
Oh, thank you. And I like to spend time with you a lot. And I enjoy that.
Yeah, We spent so much time together, I thought that you would feel more for me. I need a second.
What? Did I say something wrong? Hey, I want to show you something.
But I want to tell you.
I think this is the most important thing for the whole video to understand, especially if you're in a serious relationship. If you notice, like when the relationship started getting deeper and heavier, how he expressed love to her versus how she did were completely different. But don't tend to think that just because they're saying it in different ways that his feelings are heavier than hers. Maybe, if anything, she has stronger feelings than he does, right? Because she clearly knows that she loves him, that she cares for him, that she wants to be with him. And he's just like, I like being with you in this present time, and I think I'm falling in love with you, for example. In Japan, it's more like, boom, you're my person, which is a thing people say nowadays. But you know, again, I live in Japan, I'm old, I don't know. But like, that's something you need to understand, that, you know, even if she's not saying it, again, it's in a different language. Even in Japan, like some married couples for years, they never tell each other that they love each other. Like saying the words I love you is a very, very, very heavy word in Japan, sometimes too heavy. You know, that's why people say ski, like I like you, a lot of times, you know, and even for me sometimes, it's still a blurry difference between like and love here in Japanese. But the main thing to say is, you're generally, unless you've been in Japan for an extended period of time, you're not going to be able to understand what her feelings for you are clearly based on her words. Think about, like, is she, you know, I hate to use this example, but like a loyal dog, okay? Your dog doesn't bark, I love you, but you know your dog loves you from the way he looks at you, from him wanting to be with you, from him being your companion, from him, you know, or her, being, you know, beside you, being loyal to you, missing you when you're gone, being happy when they see you, and that general atmosphere of your pet, you can kind of understand that it likes you. Think about a Japanese woman in a similar way, not as a dog, literally, but the way she will express her feelings for you, and try and pick up on the nonverbal cues or indirect ways that she shows you that she loves you, like a dog bringing you a ball, you know, wanting to play, wanting to go out for a walk, you know, wanting you to scratch his tummy. Hopefully, she wants you to scratch your tummy. You know, and all those kind of things are really important cues for you. So definitely understand those. And there are a few more important tips that I have for you in this video right here.